Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash, as I'm sure everyone has heard. It has definitely touched everyone around the world. He was such a huge legend and icon in the basketball world. However, with that being said, there are 7 other people who perished in that tragic accident a couple days ago. And I feel like they are not getting the proper coverage or, treatment that the basketball star legend is. Granted, it's a shame that we need to be giving anyone any type of treatment or even need to be discussing this at this time, because it's the worst type of tragedy that could possibly ever happen, especially for these loved ones who have lost so many in one accident. First, I would like to say shame on TMZ for not withholding their information and waiting for the next of kin to be notified. I feel that as a larger media outlet, they have more of a responsibility to have respect for people, which I don't even know why I'm saying, because we all know TMZ has no respect for anyone or anything. But, there should be a law in place that until it's 100% sure that the next of kin has been notified, that there should be no information leaked or given out to the public. Because can you imagine how any one of those family members have felt getting a phone call? Hey, I just read on TMZ, that a helicopter went down and Kobe Bryant was in it. Wasn't your sister, wasn't your wife, wasn't your family on board today going to a basketball game? To get that phone call is cruel and is not the way a family should be notified. And my heart breaks for Kobe Bryant's wife having to now plan to bury the love of your life, not only the love of your life, but your baby, your 13-year-old daughter. It's somebody's worst nightmare. So my prayers and thoughts are truly with her right now. My heart is hurting for all involved. The only thing I could find all over the internet was one article from BuzzFeed, and it took some digging around to find the other names and information about the others that have passed away in this tragedy. So if you could bear with me one moment, I'm going to give you some info. This is BuzzFeed News. And so all that were on this helicopter flight, they were heading to a girls' basketball game. I believe from reading, his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, was on a traveling basketball team. So I did read somewhere that Kobe and his daughter, they went all around to different tournaments on the weekends, which if any parent has children in sports, competition sports specifically, you'll know that competitions usually fall on the weekends and they can be all over the state that you live in. So I do want to say there were 9 victims in total. A baseball coach, along with his wife and their teenage daughter, were on that helicopter. John Altabelli, the baseball coach, he had been a coach and mentor at Orange Coast College for 27 years, helping many students, athletes earn scholarships so they could play at the 4-year level, the college said in a statement. Coach Alto, the college said, helped lead the Pirates to more than 700 wins and 4 state championships. He was named the National Coach of the Year by the American Baseball Coaches Association in 2019. So he was pretty successful in his own right and, a legend in his own right. So I'm sure he's going to be dearly missed for the teams and for all those people he helped along the way in their careers. It's hard to put into words what this loss means to the college and the athletics department, OCC Athletics Director Jason Keller said in a statement. John was a tremendous coach and an even better friend. Beyond that, he was an amazing mentor to all of the students and athletes that he taught and coached. He treated them all like family, and his impact will live forever on. Altabelli is survived by 2 other children, his son JJ and daughter Lexi. That's tough. So John, his wife, and their younger daughter, Alyssa, is leaving behind their son, JJ, and another daughter, Lexi. They lost all 3 family members. A single wife. She was the girls' basketball coach. And I did actually hear an interview where her husband was on a phone call, I believe, with the newscast. And he is left with 2 young children now to raise alone. And he was hurting. Christina Miser, I believe I'm saying it right. She was 38 and she was beautiful. She was the assistant coach for the Mamba Academy basketball team. My kids and I are devastated, her husband Matt Miser wrote in a Facebook post. We lost our beautiful wife and mom today in a helicopter crash. The couple has 3 children. I'm sorry, it wasn't 2, it was 3. Ages 11, 9, and 3. I got 3 small kids and I'm trying to figure out how to navigate life with 3 kids and no mom. An emotional Matt Miser told the Today Show. He said his wife was beautiful, smart, funny. She was incredibly deep, just an amazing person. Matt Miser said that Bryant had personally selected his wife to coach the girls' team because she was so amazing. Bryant asked her to teach the kids defense, Miser said. They called her the mother of defense. The Misers had previously coached the 8th grade girls basketball team at the private Harbor Day School, where they coached Gianna to a school championship in 2017, the New York Times reported. Christina Miser had been a coach and physical education teacher at the school for 11 years before she and her husband left in 2018. So she was very successful in her own right also. And my heart and prayers go out to her husband and their 3 young children. Also on the helicopter flight was Sarah Chester and her 13-year-old daughter, Peyton. They also both died in the crash. Peyton was a basketball player. Sorry, not baseball, basketball. Peyton's brother remembered his loved ones on Instagram with photos, including one that showed his sister laughing with Bryant. Rest in peace to the most amazing mother and sister, Riley Chester wrote. I love you, Pei and Mom, R.I.P. Todd Smith, the former principal at Harborview Elementary School, wrote a heartfelt tribute to Peyton, his former student, and her mother, calling them 2 gorgeous human beings. While the world mourns the loss of a dynamic athlete and humanitarian, I mourn the loss of 2 people just as important. Their impact was just as meaningful. Their loss will be just as keenly felt, and our hearts are just as broken, Schmidt wrote in a Facebook post. So clearly there are others who have lost a lot, a huge ton amount. And the media has a responsibility to also be reporting on these losses of life, not just Kobe Bryant, because of who he was. He described the Chester family as engaged, supportive, encouraging, and full of mischief and laughter. And they had the best kiddos. You were both the embodiment of HVE pride, which I'm not sure what that stands for, but and the world is just a little less without you both in it, he wrote. And last but not least was the pilot, Ara Zombayan. The pilot of the helicopter was a beloved figure in the aviation community. He was instrument rated, which meant he was able to fly in fog and clouds. KTLA reporter Christina Pascucci said. Zobayan was Bryant's private pilot, according to one of his flight students. Kemp told the Los Angeles Times that Bryant didn't let anyone else fly him around but Era. He described Era as a dedicated and caring flight instructor invested in his students' success. When Kemp, one of his students, wanted to drop out, he recalled Era telling him, "If you love this, then nothing will stop you." Era was an incredible pilot, instructor pilot, charter pilot, and truly a great man, one of Era's friends said, and a fellow pilot said in a Facebook tribute. So a lot of pilots and a lot of Era's friends are writing tributes on Facebook to what a wonderful, not only pilot he was, but man overall. He was not your typical egotistical helicopter pilot like most of us honestly are. Era was a man that always remained cool, calm, and collected, Yochim wrote, which was one of his friends. As more people that knew Era open up about him, you'll only hear words like professional, calculated, and loving. He was always good for a laugh. Kudos to BuzzFeed for at least taking the time to write something up on those who have lost their lives. And I just want to say my heart, my thoughts, and my prayers are with everyone that loved all 9 of these people. I hope with time that the pain lessens, that you find a way to move forward, keeping them close in our hearts. Okay, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks.